Hi, I'm Mike Ritchie with Ritchie Law Firm. Today we're going to bust the 5 biggest myths when it comes to Social Security disability. All right, myth number 1 is that there's no difference between Social Security disability insurance and supplemental security income, okay? Social Security disability insurance, we call that SSDI sometimes. That's that pay-in, pay-out system. The amount you're going to get paid is is dependent on the amount you paid in. Okay, supplemental security income, SSI, that is more of a welfare plus disability. Assets below a certain level and disability, okay, that's a formula, a government formula for how much you're going to get paid. Normally, SSDI payments are bigger than SSI payments. All right, second biggest myth is that people always get disability. Okay, and I have a lot of people say, hey, I know this guy, he got disability, or I know this guy, and they're not disabled, or I'm hurt way worse than they are. Okay, first thing you need to know is that the rate at which Social Security disability has been approved has gone down over the long term. Okay, so that people who were getting disability, 20 years ago, were getting it at a time that it is easier than it is probably to get right now. But the other thing that you need to understand is that disability is often determined by a judge. And judges have a tremendous amount of discretion to decide cases. And some judges are very generous and some judges aren't. And the same case might be found approved in front of some judges and lost in front of others. And that's why some people who seem more disabled aren't getting approved often than some people aren't. But also, and here's the good thing that you should always remember, hey, we ain't walking in somebody else's shoes. Okay, you don't know how disabled anybody is by looking at them. They may be going through things that you don't understand. Okay, which brings me to the next myth about Social Security, which is only physical disabilities count. Okay, and that's not true. You can win disability for psychiatric and emotional and mental disabilities too. So if you see someone, you're like, well, I don't understand how they got disability. Well, maybe there's something that you don't see. Because those things, the things that you don't see, can also render you disabled. All right. The fourth myth is that that you can't work at all and receive disability. Okay. So technically, you are allowed to work and both apply for disability and receive disability. However, it is important to understand that by working, okay, that the Social Security Administration can use that as evidence as to your abilities because you're doing something. Okay, both in determining whether in fact you're disabled and determining whether you remain disabled after you've been awarded. And so when you're working as after or while you're trying to get disability or after you've been disabled, you need to be very careful and make sure that it's well laid out with your doctors what you can and can't do and explaining why the work that you're doing is the most that you can do. The last myth is that you don't need a lawyer in order to get disability. Okay? And it is true that some people who apply are going to win. They're going to win right away. Okay? And it's quite possible that they won't need a lawyer. Okay? But the vast majority of people do lose on their initial application. Okay, and that you're going to probably need representation in order to gather the information and try to get the kind of evidence that you need in front of the Social Security Administration in order to win your claim. Okay, if you believe you're disabled and you believe your claim is wrongly being denied, call us here at the Ritchie Law Firm. We help people get on disability, whether it's Social Security disability insurance or SSI. We're here to help you.